Chrisman.
I'm Gabriel Chrisman.
And today I'm going to talk to you about why I love history, but I hate Jane Austen. I hate Jane Austen. I really do. So
You've tried several times to read her.
Oh, I've tried many times because so many people have told me that I am somehow morally required and obligated to love her, and I don't. Well, in the first place, so I read a bunch of her stuff when I was in middle school. Didn't like it. Was required to read it again in high school. Still didn't like it. In college, I thought, well, I'm more mature now. Maybe I should give it another shot. Still hated the stuff because it's garbage. And now, first of all, let me point out, I love Victorian history, especially the late Victorian era. The Victorian era, in case Psyche doesn't know, because a human with a brain should know this, but Psyche's kind of young, she might not know yet. The Victorian era, little Psyche, started in 1837 or 1838, depending on how you judge it, when Queen Victoria became Queen of England. She inherited the throne in 1837. When her uncle died, she actually had her ceremony in 1838. It ended in 1901 when she died. Jane Austen died in 1817, before Queen Victoria was even a thing, before the Victorian era was a thing.
This is Regency. And
Regency,
totally different. A totally different culture, totally different history.
And the Victorians themselves understood that it was totally different.
And when it came down to it, also just totally different literature and ideas about what constitutes literature.
And totally different cultures, totally different ideas of what to say and how to do, totally different societies, everything. Yeah, so saying that because you love the Victorian era, you have to love Jane Austen is a little bit like saying because you love Taylor Swift, you have to love disco or Elvis Presley. These things are just totally unrelated.
Right, and they're separated by decades and decades.
Yes,
And by whole stretches of culture.
Right, exactly. Okay, now, so that takes care of why loving history, and especially loving the Victorian era, does not in any way obligate you to have any gushy sentiments about Jane Austen whatsoever. Now let's come to her personal faults. Her characters are just
This is more of her literary
annoying.
faults, yes.
You know, I consider it a personal fault. If an author can't write decent characters that I want to read about, that is a personal fault.
The biggest problem for me is that there is no action.
There is no action. All the action that there is, and there is very little, takes place off stage.
Right.
And you just see people gossiping about it.
These are gossip novels.
These are gossip novels of really annoying people. These are the sort of people I wouldn't want to hang out with in real life. These are the sort of people that if I met them in real life, I would try my best to avoid them. So I'm not going to read a book about them. And the thing is, there are some people I might likewise try to avoid in real life that I would be interested in reading a novel about. Like, in real life, I would avoid pickpockets, but certain novels that involve pickpockets can be interesting. In real life, I would probably avoid pirates, but in certain circumstances, pirate novels can be fun.
A pirate novel certainly would have more action and less gossip than Jane Austen.
Yes, exactly. So these people are not just the sort I would try to avoid. They're boring. They're really boring. They have no... They all read like two characters from Shakespeare. They read like Polonius and like Juliet's nurse, who are intentionally annoying.
They're intentionally tedious.
They're intentionally tedious. Now, it's okay to have one or two characters like that.
As a foil.
As a foil.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Addie and Ken are always talking about their mother's tedious friends.
Right.
In my books. But the whole point is everyone recognizes that these people are tedious. In Jane Austen, everyone is tedious.
And all of the writing is very tedious as well.
Yeah.
It's, the idea and the way that people sort of sell this when they're telling you about how much they love Jane Austen is that it's all about these characters and that it's all about these sort of elaborate inner lives, but there's no outer life that matches, for one, and all of the inner life is only revealed through gossiping with each other in totally boring settings.
Right, and there's also far, far too much of what we personally like to call the genealogies of all the horses. Mm-hmm. That's when an author goes into just background detail of things that do not matter.
Yes, so things that don't drive the plot, things that don't actually make any difference in the course of the book.
And in the case of Jane Austen, this comes out where she gives these endless genealogies of the people that I'm really not interested in to begin with, but somehow she seems to expect that if you know their lineage and their blood, then necessarily you will know everything about them. And this is like a weird Regency equivalent to the physiognomy, where the idea was that if you know all of the physical attributes of someone's face and their body, then you obviously know what they're going to be like, because their face tells you everything. Well, she's saying that their ancestry tells you everything, and that is not true.
Right. I mean, it is a sort of elaborate system of stereotyping built on English prejudice.
Right.
And it is I don't know why people in the modern era would find that fascinating. And I'm someone, again, who loves history, but that is not the type of history that I imagine anyone would have much patience for.
Right, and the English PhD who wrote the introduction to this particular version of Jane Austen's novels that I got out of the library because I refused to own her garbage. So the introduction to this claims that Jane Austen invented the genre of romance. Okay, how deluded can you possibly be? First of all, Dangerous Liaisons predates this. And Dangerous Liaisons is such a better romance novel.
And such a better novel on every level.
Such a better novel on every level.
Intrigue, it has action, it has danger.
It has everything.
Right.
And if you go back farther, I mean, the medieval era and the Renaissance era is full of romances, especially in the French literature.
Right. I mean, I've always heard the Roman de la Rose.
Yes. Well, that's an action story.
I know, but it has romance, too.
It's mostly action.
It has chivalrous romance.
There is chivalry.
Yeah.
I actually read that in French when I was at college. And
yes.
What I remember is the action from that one.
Right.
But lots of other romances from the medieval era. And if you go back farther, I mean, you could make a case for the Song of Songs in the Bible being a romance. Mm-hmm. And then there is the romance between Penelope and Odysseus in the Odyssey. And if you go back as far as any recorded writing that we have, the oldest little scraps of writing that they've dug out of the desert in the Middle East is porn.
Yes, those are the fragmentary things that came out of the garbage dumps.
Yeah.
And there have been, that was literally pulp romance fiction.
Yeah.
Sure, it was at a lurid and low level, not high literature, but honestly, a lot of romance these days matches that quality.
I would not consider this high literature. She's only high literature because English PhDs say she's high literature.
Other people consider her so. We disagree.
I disagree.
Yes, I disagree too.
Maybe she's high gossip, but that's not the same. No. And anyhow, so I hate Jane Austen. That does not make me a bad person. And for everyone else out there who shares this small but vehement opinion, you are not a bad person either. I give you the right, I give you permission to hate Jane Austen. And on that note, there are plenty of other wonderful books out there. Hating Jane Austen does not make you anti-history, does not make you a bad person, does not make you a bad woman, certainly does not make you unromantic. It just means you have taste. And on that note, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a nice thumbs up, and remember to tell your friends about my books. Happy reading!